Hey guys, Jay here, welcome to EonsOfBattle.com. Today I'd like to show you how I made some count as drop pods from some cups, a little bit of cardboard, and some magic. First thing I did was to create the fins for the drop pod. I vaguely drew out the shape that I believed them to be out of some cardboard. I'm using some two-ply cardboard just because that's what I happen to have, and I'm going to be cutting them out. I wanted to cut them all out at the same time just to make sure that they all lined up perfectly. You could also definitely do this with your hobby knife. So I'm using my scroll saw to just cut them all out. I've stacked them all nicely. Now, the reasoning behind these very, very realistic cardboard drop pods is because I've always found myself wanting some drop pods, but never found myself being able to spend money on them, just because it's really hard to want to get a drop pod when there are so many other cool things that you could possibly add to your army, and the drop pod just does not seem as much of a fun purchase as those other things. So my opponent agreed that these would be fine for me to use, and I would definitely suggest maybe sending this video to your worthy opponent just to make sure that he's okay with it. These are pretty darn close to the actual size of drop pod, especially when deployed. So then I took my disposable cup. Now keep in mind that this process will ruin the cup, so if you need to drink the beverage out of it first, go ahead and do that. I then took a little hot melt glue and I glued down my fins, vaguely making sure that they were equal distant from each other. And then I just glued them down. On the actual drop pod, there are 5 of these things, so I made sure that there were 5 in this little mock-up. And then I just took a hobby cutter and I began cutting out the hatches. You could also use scissors for something like this. Just make sure if you're going to use scissors, don't run very far with them. And there you have, once you've torn those out, a drop pod. Now, keep in mind, this drop pod is very, very realistic. Most of the times, your opponents will probably not realize that this is not the GW kit. I think that it's very, very convincing and very fun to use. If you have any other ideas or techniques you'd like to see us do, please leave in the comments below. If you'd like to see more videos just like this, visit us at EonsOfBattle.com. Thanks for watching.